Brace yourself, we have a market inversion and it's happening right now. Welcome to July 2025 Calgary Market Update. I'm going to break down what's happening in the real estate market, what the numbers really mean, how this is going to affect buyers and sellers moving into the second half of the year. So here's your real estate snapshot. In June, Calgary's benchmark price dropped to $586. That's down 3.6% year over year, basically down 0.6% from May. But here's the twist. The average price actually increased up to $646, which is 3.7% higher than last year. This is what I would call a market inversion. It doesn't mean prices are falling across the board. It means the composition of what's selling is shifting. So there's fewer transactions at the lower end of the market and more activity in the higher price ranges. Understanding a market inversion, well, basically what we're seeing is that homes under $1 million are cooling down slightly, and that's likely due to a combination of higher mortgage rates, a slight uptick in unemployment. It might not factor in that much. Buyers in that bracket may be taking a breather. At the same time, homes over $1 million are selling well. The luxury segment's outperforming other price ranges, and that's helping drive up the average sale price, even as the overall number of transactions are down. So when you see average prices rising while benchmark prices fall, remember, it's not that all homes are worth more, it's that the more expensive homes are making up a larger share of sales. Number of sales, 2286 units, that's a 16% decline year over year for June. Inventory rose sharply to 7,000 active listings. We've been seeing this for the last 9 months, maybe even a year. And this sounds awful. Active listings are up 83% compared to June 2024. But you got to remember, we're coming off 2024. The first 5 months were absolute record low inventory for the amount of buyers that were in the market. So months of supply sits at approximately 3 months, indicating that's a more balanced market. Sales to new listing ratio still above 50%. It's at 54, meaning buyers have more options and really less urgency than they had before. A little bit tougher. Got to get sharpen that pencil on the sales right now. Now, let's talk about the immigration factor. So should we worry about the market over the next couple of years? And this is what happens with new buyers and people just moving up in the market. They're so concerned about missing, getting caught, being the fool, buying when the price is too high. Here's what's likely to happen. This is the most likely situation. Over the past few years, Canada's welcomed more than 2 million new immigrants. Now, a significant portion of those newcomers are expected to enter the housing market, usually in the first 6 years. So in the coming years, as they settle, establish permanent residency, build their finance footing, most of these individuals and families will eventually transition from renting to owning, particularly in a growing city like Calgary. So this is going to help underpin long-term demand, even if short-term conditions feel uncertain or slower paced. 2 million in about 3 years, that's a lot of people. When pre-COVID, the maximum number of people that were coming into Canada was 280,000 per year. Now, what does this mean for you? If you're a buyer, there's more inventory and less pressure, particularly in the under 1 million range. This could be a good time to negotiate. If you're selling, price competitively, prepare your property well. Detached and luxury properties are still moving, especially if they're well located in good condition. If you're in the luxury segment, you're in a strong position. High-end homes are attracting steady demand, even in a cooling environment. If you're watching the long game, keep in mind the population growth, infrastructure investment, immigration are all supportive of housing demand over time. So, benchmark prices are down, but the average prices are up. That's a signal of a shifting market, not falling values overall. Sales are down, but inventory is up. That gives buyers a little bit more leverage, and sellers really need to be absolutely crucial at how they are pricing their properties. Luxury properties are outperforming the market. The sub $1 million market's a little quieter. Immigration-driven demand will grow over the next couple of years, supporting Calgary's long-term real estate outlook. Watch for that. So that's your July 2025 Calgary Market Update. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your questions in the comments. I'm Mark Verzyl, here to keep you informed and prepared. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.